Back at on Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery here. So we're going to talk some Braves in just a minute here, but want to tell you first about our folks over at BetOnline.net, your number one source for all of your betting stats and sports info. So you're looking for all the latest information, sports developments, league reviews, news, notes, all kinds of stuff, thoughts about the basketball playoffs, start of the Major League Baseball season. You can find it all at BetOnline.net. It is your continued source for all of your sports wagering information, from live betting to playoffs, esports, more, all kinds of stuff. They got Vegas casino games, everything available to you. So head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends in the action and what's going on. It's betonline.net, where the game starts. All right, some early thoughts about the Atlanta Braves here. 5 games in, and 2-3 on the season for the Atlanta Braves. Split with the Reds, got blown out last night by the Nationals. I did think there's a couple of interesting things. I understand pitching is a fluid situation because of the lack of real length in spring training and this and the other. I want to say, and I may be wrong, but like Ian Anderson threw like 6 innings in spring training. Okay. So they haven't gotten a lot of good starting pitching thus far. Last night, Noah was not good. Ian Anderson wasn't good. Max Fried was kind of meh. Other than Morton, Morton was fantastic and Kyle Wright was fantastic. So 2 out of the 3 starts, they got fantastic starting pitching. The other 3 have not been all that good. And Noah was not real good last night. He threw 70-some pitches in 3 innings last night. That's not good for your starter. So I sort of get all of that. But the schedule set itself up. Remember, the Braves are the defending World Series champions. Like, I don't want to hear about slow starts and this, that, and that. It's supposed to be one of the best teams in baseball, right? And you're playing a team in the Reds that's not all that good. I know they were above 500 last year, but Castellanos is not there. He was their best player. He had a monster year last year. He's not there. The Nationals were 30 games under 500 last year, and you got blown out last night. I'm not concerned about the Braves, but there are things that are frustrating. One is they're a minus 13 in run differential on the season. Now, I think you look at that lineup, we all expected that, hey, they're going to put up runs and they're going to do this, that, and the other. Right now, they've struck out more than any team in Major League Baseball. Only 8 teams have less homers than the Braves. They have the 5th lowest batting average. They average 3.4 runs per game, where the league average is 4.18 runs per game. And you're headed out after you get done with this National Series. You're on the road. You're going to head to the West Coast. You're going to play the San Diego Padres, who are 4-1. And you're going to face Snell and Darvish and all those guys. And then you got the Dodgers for 3. You're going to head out there and you're going to see Kershaw, Buehler, and all those guys out there. And again, I'm not panicked. The Braves, were not a 500 team until late in the year, August or whatever, and went on to win the World Series. But it is a little bit frustrating, these kinds of slow starts out there. Okay, you want to tell me that your pitching isn't, figured out or whatever like that. Where's your offense at? Where's your offense? And Olsen's been really good. Riley had a really good first opening night. He hadn't done a whole lot, since. 3 more strikeouts last night. Dansby opening day, 4 strikeouts. I mean, took the sombrero, the golden sombrero on opening day. That part to me has been a little bit frustrating. That I think we thought night in, night out, with the depth of this lineup, that you're going to have 2 or 3 guys that click in your lineup. Maybe it's not all 9 guys, but maybe 2 or 3 guys bunched up together are going to click and get some things done. Now, again, I understand. Oh, and why are you worried about all that? Because I just want to see the Braves win. They're the defending World Series champion. Doesn't anybody expect a little bit more than a 2-3 start against 2 not good baseball teams? I mean, shouldn't they be a little bit better? And again, I understand. You could tell me about starting pitching, but why is their starting pitching for the other side? Like the Cincinnati Reds, who they got? They ain't got Tom Seaver out there. I know that. And the Nationals last night, they didn't throw Max Scherzer because he ain't there anymore. They brought up a guy last night to pitch against the Braves that was a minor leaguer that they just brought up because Anibal Sanchez was hurt, and he's some jabron that they got from the Baltimore Orioles, who are the worst organization in Major League Baseball. He comes in, and after Ozuna gets a hit in the first, they have another hit until like the 9th inning last night. Come on. Shouldn't it be a little bit better? Shouldn't they be, I've said, I think they're going to score more runs than anybody Major League Baseball. I think I think they're going to break the team record. Let me put it that way. Excuse me. Let me reset and all that kind of stuff. I think they're going to break the team record of 907 runs that the 2003 group had. I just thought that they would consistently be a team that they could slug their way through some of these early season, early pitching problems in the season. Do they need Max Fried in there? Yes, we understand. Okay. But I'll even give those guys a pass for not getting as much time, in spring training, not getting to throw a whole bunch of innings and stuff like that. I'll give those guys a pass. But I need the offense to get itself going and get itself cranked up. And I think that's the frustrating thing. Yes, the home runs will come. Yes, things will come along, but these games all count. That's the thing. Well, I don't look at the standings until Memorial Day. Well, then you're a buffoon. I mean, sorry, I don't know how else to tell you, because you don't get more wins after Memorial Day than you do before. Like they don't move it up where like, okay, anything before Memorial Day is only worth 1.0 wins on a day, and then after Memorial Day you get 1.2 wins for everyone. No, it doesn't work like that. If you win a game in April, it counts the same as winning a game in September. It's just a matter of whether or not you have to scramble and catch up and things like that. So, look, the Braves are still the best team in the National League. They're the best team in the division. Everything will start to catch itself up, but these slow starts just get kind of frustrating after a while. And Matt Olson's been fantastic. I believe even more as I watch him, when they get Ronnie back, it will be Ronnie 1 and Olson 2. I don't think they're going to slide Olson down. I think Snitker loves his high on-base percentage guys at the top of his order. And when you look at the way Ronnie's on-base percentage has transformed from his first couple of years in the big leagues in the 360s to these last couple of years where 394, 406 a couple of years ago in the pandemic year, his philosophy at the top of the order has definitely changed, and he's now an on-base guy. He hits a bunch of homers, but he's also a guy who gets on base a lot. And Snitker loves those guys, and Snitker also looks at a guy like Matt Olson and says, yeah, he's a high on-base percentage guy. I've got a lot of run producers. I've got Ozzie in the 5 spot. I've got Ozuna. I've got Riley. And by the way, I do like Ozzie in this role. I've gone back and forth for years about, okay, should Ozzie be first, second in the order? Should he be middle of the order? Where should Ozzie fit in? I like this role for Ozzie. I like him in that 5 spot where he is a run producer. I like his run producing capabilities, and I think that's the better fit for all of that. So I think where he hits 5th in the order, what have you, I think that's a really good spot for Ozzie because he's got the power. He's not a great on-base percentage guy. He's got a lot of speed. You like to take advantage of that at the top of the order, but his ability to drive in runs and his ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark, I think are more valuable in that 5 spot. So with that, because I do think they're going to mix and match once Ronnie gets back, you're going to see mixtures of Duvall and Rosario and Ozuna and this, that, and the other. And Ozuna probably goes back to more of a full-time DH role. But, Arcia and Dickerson and guys like that, they're going to rotate some of those outfielders around. They're going to rotate those guys, I think, in and out. And they're going to match up lefty-righty the way Snitker likes to do it. But I do think that you're going to see Ronnie and Matt Olson hitting back-to-back at the top of the order. I'm not opposed to that, but certainly you're talking about taking a big RBI run-producing guy and hitting him in a non-traditional RBI role, right? And he'll get his opportunities because Ronnie will be on base in front of him, but it is a non-traditional type of role for where Olson is going to hitting second instead of hitting 3rd or 4th in a lineup where he can use his bombs away power and drive in a whole bunch of runs. But again, the Braves have a bunch of those guys. They have Riley and Ozuna and Ozzie and guys like that, Darno, that can knock the ball around and drive in a lot of runs. So it's a little bit frustrating to see this lack of offense early on in the year. I thought they'd slug their way through some of this stuff. We got a long way to go. Braves are still the best team out there, but it's still a little bit frustrating at night watching, some of this stuff going on. All right, we want you to subscribe on YouTube, Locked On Sports Atlanta. If you go there on the YouTube page, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. You can be part of our community. Review us, like us, tell us what you think about the show. Give us some feedback about all of it. We appreciate all of that from everybody out there. Follow me on Twitter at JMCH316. And we will be back tomorrow morning with you. It is Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta.